Now, the tax collectors and the sinners were coming to Jesus to listen to him. The scribes and the Pharisees were grumbling and saying, this guy welcomes sinners and he eats with them. So Jesus told them a parable. He said to them, a man had two sons, and the younger son said to his father, Father, give me the share of the inheritance that will belong to me. Father divided his inheritance between them. Now, after not many days, the younger son made a journey he gathered up all his stuff and made a journey into a far country. And there he squandered his inheritance in loose living. And when he had spent everything, a great famine arose in that country, and he began to be in want. So he went and he hired himself out to one of the citizens of that country, who sent him out into the fields to feed the swine. And he would have gladly eaten the carob pods that he was feeding the swine. And no one gave him anything. Now, when he came to himself, he said, how many of my father's hired hands have bread enough and to spare? And here I eat. Here I sit, starving to death. I will get up and go to my father, and I will say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you, and I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Take me as one of your hired servants. So he got up and he went to his father. And while he was still a long way off, his father saw him in the distance, and he ran to him, and he threw his arms around him and kissed him. And the son said, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you, and I am no longer worthy to be called your son. But the father called to his slaves and said, get the best robe and put it on him, and a ring for his finger and shoes for his feet, and take the fatted calf and slaughter it, and eating it, let us celebrate. For this, my son was dead and he's alive. He was lost and he is found. And they began to celebrate. Now, the elder son had been out in the field working. And when he came in, he heard the sound of music and dancing. And he called to one of the hired hands and asked him what this meant. And the hired hand said, your brother has come home, and for him, your father has killed the fatted calf. And the elder brother was angry, and he refused to go in. But his father came out and begged him. But the son said to him, all these years I have slaved for you, and you have never given me so much as a goat that I might have a party with my friends. And then this son of yours, who has squandered your inheritance in loose living, comes home. And for him, you kill the fatted calf. And the father said, my son, you are always with me, and everything that I have is yours. But it is right that we celebrate and rejoice because this, your brother, was dead and he is alive. He was lost and he is found.